These electric scooters can be a lot of fun. I personally know because I've ridden on one, but they can also be very dangerous, particularly to the riders, pedestrians, and other motorists. Here are 10 reasons why. Number one, they're even less stable than bicycles because they have a shorter wheelbase and they have smaller wheels. This, essentially means they'll be affected by any imperfection in the roadway, such as a pothole, which if you live in Louisiana, we have plenty of those, as well as a small pebble. They're very difficult for cars to see, and there's virtually no protection between a rider and the road like a vehicle provides. This means that if you're on one of these, any impact with a car could be very devastating. Another reason is that no one knows where to ride these things. You'll see them on sidewalks, which is actually against the bird user agreement. In our city, they don't even have laws in place that govern their usage. What this means is that riders are riding these scooters at their own discretion, making it very difficult for everyone on the road to know how to handle them. Number four, there's really no specific place to leave these scooters, which means you can see them anywhere and everywhere, including in front of a building entrance, blocking sidewalks, and even handicap ramps. The other day I was driving down the road and I saw one. Someone had laid it down on the sidewalk and part of it was jutting out into the roadway. So that's a disaster waiting to happen. Number five, parents are allowing even their minor children to ride these things, which again is against the user agreement. I got it up to 17 miles an hour. And I'm at the top end of the weight limit, which that is 200 pounds. And I suspect kids even lighter than myself can go even faster. And simply put, children just don't have the same reaction time or sense of danger like adults do. Number six, many people are riding these scooters with other passengers. This too is against the user agreement. I suspect they put this in there, or they don't want people doing this because it makes it less stable, less responsive, and more prone to malfunction. It can also cause the driver of the scooter to lose their balance. Number seven, many of these riders are simply new to the experience. They haven't been in our community for that long, and there's really no special training on how to use them. Now again, you get a short tutorial on the Bird user app which explains how to operate them. I can say from my own experience there's definitely a learning curve, and it requires some degree of balance, coordination, even perhaps some core strength to operate these things. While it certainly can be easy to grasp, it still presents a real danger to anyone regardless of their experience level. Number eight, scooters have a handbrake. In my own experience when I was on there and I was going pretty fast and I hit that brake, it's very sensitive and I felt my body getting propelled somewhat forward. So I can imagine if you hit that brake really hard, you could be thrown over the handlebars. So, you need to be careful about that. And when you get on these things, but test out the brake, see how responsive it is before you venture out and you feel very comfortable on it. Number nine, a lot of these riders are going to be younger people. They're going to be the one that are the thrill seekers. They're going to take risk. And I'm not saying all these riders are irresponsible or that young people in general are irresponsible. I know for me, if I were 18 and back in my younger days and I had these things out, I'd have been taking a lot more risk on them. Perhaps doing tricks, doing stupid stuff. So I can imagine that the younger generation, they're going to take those risks, which that presents a danger not only to themselves but to the general public, which could be including pedestrians or other motorists in the general area. Lastly, reason number 10. Like anything, these scooters can malfunction. The brakes could fail, the electrical system could suddenly stall, or a previous user could have damaged it and failed to report it. And just because of where these scooters can be used, such as out in traffic, this can be very dangerous. So if you're going to use these things, take caution and be aware of the inherent dangers that they present. It's not just dangerous for you, it's also dangerous for the people around you. I'm Inzina with Murphy's Law and Dunn. Just remember, just because it can go wrong, it doesn't mean it has to.